Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. Let's take a look at some of the pictures you sent to our eyewitness portal. First is this one from Lokoja in Kogi State, showing a refuse dump on a major road. Our eyewitness reporter wants sanitation officials in the state to look into this. Next is this one from Asaba in Delta State, showing a filling station on fire. Our eyewitness reporter wants filling stations operators and residents to exercise more caution, especially during this Harmattan season. And finally, is this one from Western Avenue in Lagos, showing an accident involving a tanker. Eyewitness reporter says tanker drivers on highways should endeavor to drive with care. Well, thank you for sending in the pictures, and please keep them coming. Well, Boxing Day in Lagos State recorded low turnout at most of the fun spots. That, however, did not deter visitors and holiday makers from hanging out with family and friends. Channels Television visited some of the fun spots to capture the mood of the day.
The Ndubisi Kano Park at the center of Ikeja, the capital of Lagos, is a popular hangout for families during holidays. This time, however, security is a top priority. As expected on this day, the park comes alive again with children and few adults who seize the opportunity to bond. Accompanied by their guardians or parents, children make use of every available play facility in the park.
What do you know about Boxing Day?
Boxing Day is a day we celebrate love, and it's not a day we fight.
Around here, what have you done? What have you played with here?
Bouncy casting, and I've done this.
Do you like today?
Yes.
You want it to be every day?
Yes.
What is today to you?
Boxing Day.
Okay, what will happen on Boxing Day?
We exchange gifts. Give the orphanage gifts or the motherless gifts. So I've done swing and climbing.
Capturing memorable moments were also part of the fun. The attendance here seems impressive, but that's not the case at the National Art Theatre Igomu. The open field was virtually empty, although a few people still made the best of the outing.
I'm a Muslim, but though since both Muslim and Christian were celebrating this thing together, I just feel to take them out to understand they should feel happy.
Some others attribute the low turnout to the economic crunch.
Because yesterday was a day of celebration. The day we actually marked the Christmas festival, and the turnout here was just enormous. People were here too much. But today, people decided to wind down, coupled with the fact that things are hard this time. A lot of people have traveled, I can presume.
Whatever the cause of the low turnout, many have made the best of the day and would only hope that the next holiday will be better.
Now, residents in the nation's capital, Abuja, spent the day at various recreation centers in continuation of the Christmas celebrations. Young and old appear to have one goal, which was to celebrate the day with lots of fun and games. Some residents expressed satisfaction with the security arrangement for the festive season. Our correspondent, Amaka Okafo, tells us more.
The church services are over and residents of Abuja are at various recreation centers in the city. Everyone is gaily dressed as they trooped into the parks in an atmosphere of excitement, sharing and love. Some relaxed in the park, while some others engaged in the games available. Children had a fun-filled day running around, playing and generally having a good time. Others, however, chose the indoor recreation centers. Some of the residents say they are satisfied with the security arrangements in the city.
Very, very impressed with the security. Even while we were coming in, I saw the way they were searching people, even down to all those guys coming to sell. They were asking them to open up their, even down to the bottom of their trade. And that gave me confidence to say, okay, let's go in. I saw that they are all alike, they are friendly, they are not harsh to people, they are very coordinating there, they are very good. And even that's why you see everybody relaxing and having their fun.
The security, we just hope and believe that it is well, and wherever we are, God is with us and no evil will befall us. That is why we have the confidence to be here.
Others say it is an opportunity to relax with loved ones after a very busy year.
Christmas yesterday for us, we basically were home, ate a whole lot, slept, woke up, and it wasn't a day for us to go out. So we all decided to come out today and see how the town is, and try to take in all the excitement of the Christmas and all.
And I'm so happy that they brought me here today to enjoy this wonderful place.
What have you done so far to enjoy yourself?
I've played games, won tickets, hoping to win a prize.
Operators of some of the recreation centers are happy with the patronage despite the economic situation in the country.
Yeah, it's really okay. The turnout was good because of the safety of the place. You can see the security is tight, and then we make it affordable for everybody to come and enjoy the Christmas and the New Year. That business is good. We thank God. We really have people there.
It is expected that the peace witnessed during this festive season will continue into the new year. Amaka Okafu, Channels Television News.
In Benin City, the Edo State capital, it was also fun for hundreds of kids and their parents who trooped out in large numbers to various fun centers. Some of the kids shared the fun with Channels Television.
True that the country is passing through difficult economic times, but these kids are entirely oblivious of that. For them, the reality is that this is Christmas and the fun is sure. In Benin City, the Edo State capital, is a beehive of various fun and leisure activities at the available fun centers such as the King Square in the heart of the city.
I'm very happy that I celebrated successfully, that God made me be alive, that I not do celebrate this Christmas and New Year with sickness. Thank God for my family, thank God for my life.
Some of the kids wish their family and friends well in the spirit of Christmas.
My mother has traveled, so me and my sister cooked rice.
Okay, you eat rice before you come to this place?
Yes.
So are you enjoying this place with your friends?
Yes.
Okay, wish your friends, your classmates happy Christmas. Wish them.
I wish you all happy Christmas. I enjoy this place. I eat rice and stew and chicken. I wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
At the Ogba Zoo, downtown Airport Road in Benin City, there is no dull moment as these determined fun seekers savor the pleasure derivable from having a day out with family and friends. Although Mr. Alazza is a Muslim, he has come to share in the fun with wife and his grandchildren in the spirit of Christmas.
Yesterday was the birth of Prophet Muhammad. For the first time, all the two things they are coinciding. So I wish all our viewers happy Christmas and prosperous New Year.
For these set of kids, fun is not complete without dancing to your favorite tunes.
Away from the Christmas celebrations, when the president presented the 2016 budget before the National Assembly, one of the key areas of the budget was the announcement that the federal government will next year train 500,000 unemployed graduates as teachers. This announcement came barely 2 weeks after the latest result from the West African Examinations Council showed a drop in the number of candidates with 5 credits and above. We're now being joined on the news at 10 by Mrs. Yinka Ogunde, an education consultant, to discuss the latest results from WAEC, the federal government's plans to deploy 500,000 teachers across the country, and its implications for the country's education sector. Good evening to you, Mr. Ogunde. Thank you for coming on the news at 10.
Good evening. Thank you.
Well, looking at that, the results and hearing about the results, the latest results from WAEC, is it anything to be worried about as a concerned parent, first of all, and as an education consultant?
You know, certainly, it's like a recurring thing. Everybody always talks about the poor results every year. And I believe that if we continue to do the same thing without changing, we're not going to get a different result.
So what do you think is actually responsible for this recurring dismal performance in the schools?
I think it's very important that we look into the issue of training of the teachers, because as long as we ignore that, we are not going to get it right. I would like to look at a situation whereby we have maybe an immediate plan, a mid-range plan, and a long-range plan to actually determine what we're going to do. Because it's very, very fundamental that we get it right. Or else we're going to keep on getting the same result year in, year out, and we sit down and we continue to review it and nothing will change.
So, Ms. Ogunde, do you think the problem is with the students, the quality of the teachers, or maybe the parents?
Maybe all of the above, maybe the three, maybe the government, maybe we need to add so many things to it. We are all responsible for where we are today in terms of our education. And unless we take it very, very seriously and we make up our mind that we're going to get it right, we're not going to be able to do anything. We have to look at the issue of reform concerning that sector very, very seriously. What do we need to do? I know there's been so many summits, so many things that people have, so many things that we've all said in the past. But I think it's time we take it very seriously and we determine which way forward.
So that's why the president, maybe, taking a cue from what you said, has decided that, to tackle that problem, employ 500,000 unemployed graduates into the teachers' scheme. Do you think this will probably address the issues?
When I heard the figure of 500,000, it was actually a bit scary to me that how do we intend to go about this? Have we tried it before? Have we done a pilot scheme? Have we drawn up a curriculum for these people? Are we just going to tell people who've trained as lawyers, who've trained as engineers? Because I think he mentioned lawyers and engineers specifically. Are we now going to tell them that they're going to be the ones teaching the children? How are we going to reorientate this ones? There are just so many issues concerning that. That's why I'm a bit worried about that particular scheme. It would have been an ideal thing that we said, let's start with a figure of 10,000. Let's see what we can do with this 10,000. Let's draw up a curriculum for this particular program.
So you think 500,000 is an ambitious number?
It's actually very, very ambitious for something that we have not tried before. Don't lose sight of the fact that these are people that we're going to put in charge of raising a worthy successor generation for this country. We're going to put them in charge of children. We're going to put them in charge of the future of this nation. And that's why we can't do it carelessly. We have to be sure of who are those going to teach those children. It's not just somebody that's, yes, because I have the qualification, I'm a lawyer, and they're going to put me through 9 months of training. What are they going to teach them during these 9 months? How will they reorientate them? How will they make them to fall in love with the education profession? How will they make them to develop the passion to be a teacher? Because it's all about passion. I've come across very, very enthusiastic teachers that will make you to fall in love with that profession. But it just doesn't come like that. That it's like you're just putting them in since you've sat for a job for so many years and you've not been able to get a job. Why don't you be a teacher? I don't think that's a very right approach. If that scheme is to work, it requires a lot of work.
So in terms of having a lot of work to do, how do you think they can help reorientate the minds of this unemployed to look at this profession as a worthy one to pick up?
Yes, what I'll suggest is that they will need to do a very thorough screening right from the beginning so that as much as possible, they will be able to identify those who may be trainable. That will eliminate those who just view it as a stopgap, just something to do for the meantime. And if we're able to start with that, then we are able to design a curriculum that will address that reorientation process. Make them see a bigger picture. Make them see the importance of what they're actually going to do. Make them know that the country depends on them at this time. to build up our children. If we're able to make them see that, look, what you're doing is not just filling the gap, that it is actually something very important, maybe we'll be able to get it right.
And then maybe we'll be able to see the public schools begin to compete on a more equitable terms with private schools.
That will demand a lot of seriousness and willpower. It will demand government's commitment. It will demand a lot of political will. It will demand everybody being able to see that, look, we have to make this work. And that is something that always comes with a lot of issues most times. Because it's the problems concerning the education sector, they're actually very deep-seated. Very, very deep-seated. It's not something that you can just paper over cracks and just believe that things will be okay. And that was why I was worried when I saw the issue of 500,000 unemployed graduates. And I begin to ask myself, are they graduates within the who read education? No, and I realize that no, it's not really the education graduates. It's just going to be thrown across that all unemployed graduates. Then I begin to get worried. That's where are we going to put them? How will we train them? How will we make them to become the kind of teacher that won't produce the kind of results that we are talking about? Don't forget that we're talking about a particular result that we've been obtaining for the past how many years, that instead of it improving, it's been falling. Now we want to improve it. And we want to use this 500,000 teachers to see how we can bring about that improvement. We need a lot of work to be done. We need very serious and committed people to be put in charge of the scheme, to actually think through the process. Because if we don't think through the process, I believe it's not going to work.
Well, in the days ahead, we hope to see how that process comes to fruition.
We pray so. We pray
Thank
so.
you, Mrs. Ogunde, for coming on the News at 10.
Thank you very much.
When the News at 10 returns, in continuation of our end-of-year special report, our focus tonight is on foreign affairs. We'll be joined by Dr. Femi Adebulu, an international affairs analyst.